What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody had a safe and happy 4th of July. I know the Hurricanes did because yesterday afternoon, Miami landed one of the top safeties in America, HYLTON Drake STUBBS, goes by the nickname Drake, from Mandarin High School up in Jacksonville, Florida. Great area. I love that Mario is kind of planting seeds all over, not just all over the country, but all over the state of Florida, that central to northern Florida area is flush with talent, just like South Florida is. So I'm glad we're tapping into that. HYLTON STUBBS is, again, from Mandarin High School, helped this team to the state championship last year. Listen to this stat line. This is one of the reasons I like this pickup, because he fills the stat sheet. There's not, in my opinion, there's not really a weakness to his game. He checks off pretty much every box. He had 8.5 tackles for loss last year, 6 INTs, 6 pass breakups, 3 fumble recoveries, 2.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. And not to mention, he had 97 tackles total for the season. So definitely a leader, a tackling machine. He can cover the pass. He's rangy. He can use that 6'1", 6'2", 195-pound frame to clog up passing lanes. But he can also, with his physicality, come up and stop the run. He can rush the passer. He's very good at that. Kid's a flat-out playmaker and very talented. He decommitted from USC back on June 27th. And I know it was pretty much between us and Florida leading up to his commitment. He ended up choosing Miami. So great news there. Held offers from pretty much every top school. So, don't just look at the star ratings. Like I always say, look at the tape, look at the offer list, look who's after him, look where he's visiting. That will tell you a lot. So Drake STUBBS, big time pickup here. And Mario's now 3 for 3 this week in Miami's targets 4th of July weekend or 4th of July week that are announcing. So 3 for 3 so far. Number 4 announces later today at noon. SJ Alofaituli, who is maybe Miami's most sought after, most coveted offensive line prospect. He is choosing between Miami, Michigan, and Nebraska. So hopefully that goes Miami's way, and we go 4 for 4 on this 4th of July week. Now, I'm loving how our DB room is starting to shape up for this 2025 class. A couple of years ago, Mario focused his class on the offensive line, really rebuilt that. Last year, it was more the defensive line and also retooling the wide receiver room. I love how that looks now compared to when he first came in. It's night and day. A lot of proven talent there. The DB room is pretty much next. That's the position group that Mario has his sights set on to really beef up with just insane talent. And if we win on the field this year, if we show a good product, I think I think that will end up happening. So if you look at the DB room so far, you got Chris Ewald, very talented, blue chip cornerback. You got Amari Wallace, again, very talented blue chip cornerback, both from the area. And then you got Timothy Merritt, who's a very interesting prospect, a little underrated, in my opinion. He's a 3-star prospect, very tall, rangy cornerback, kind of reminds me body-wise a little bit of like a Sauce Gardner type of corner, who, by the way, was like the number 1,600 ranked recruit in America when he was coming out of high school, and look how good he is now. So you never know. Timothy Merritt, very rangy, great cover corner, very fast, insane speed. So he's an interesting prospect that has huge upside. And now we got a DB coach in Chevis Jackson, who is an excellent teacher, also an excellent recruiter. By the way, shout out to him for the DB room he's putting together. And of course, last but not least, you got Drake STUBBS to add to that group. Now, I think we're going to add more. Don't be surprised if we end up getting 6, maybe 7. I think we're going to load up on a lot of DBs in this class, as we should, in my opinion. Of course, DJ Pickett being the top number 1 target on our board, probably regardless of position, that's our number 1 target in this class. He moved up his commitment date, by the way. And a lot of people think it's because he's going to choose Oregon. Maybe he will. Oregon is on absolute heater right now recruiting, and they're right now they're looking good as a national title contender. So they may end up getting him. Maybe we end up stealing him. Just remember that last year around this time, a lot of fans were getting on the staff for not landing the big names in the defensive line. A lot of big name defensive tackles were coming off the board. Guys like Justin Scott, who ended up who committed to Ohio State, but then later on, after the season played out, we end up flipping him. Justin Scott ends up flipping in Miami. Don't be surprised if something similar happens here with DJ Pickett or some other big names. There might be other big names that might not be on Miami fans' radars that once we play the season out and fans and and players, they end up seeing what the product looks like, how good we look, how many wins we get. If we get some big time wins in front of a national audience, like for example, that week 1 game against Florida is going to be in front of a national audience. It'll be nationally televised and a lot of eyeballs on the screen for that one. So once people see that, I think you're going to start seeing some big names flip their commitment to Miami. So we'll see what happens there. Again, SJL Faituli, he's announcing later today. Hopefully Miami finishes out 4 for 4 and most likely will be in the top 10 in recruiting after this week. So anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know I'm going to enjoy mine. I got the day off from work today, enjoying a little 4-day weekend. So keeping an eye on my Canes though today. So if SJ chooses Miami, then expect a video later on today. I'll be talking about that. But anyways, guys, please, again, enjoy the rest of your weekend. As always, go Canes.